Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Very cool. So, Mark, you want a couple minutes?
That's all right.
Do I want to change my life? Yeah, I want to change my... Well, I have a good life, but, you know, you got something to ask? Yeah, you got something to say. I think Todd does, too.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris.
Wait, how much do you need, Mark?
I don't need nothing. So it's really good that So now we got the ball. Let me get the ball. So let's contrast two scenarios here. Here's the ball, swag, right? Another word for blogging. Here's the memory stick with source code of software that you can use to interconnect these vendors together. So the people aggregator is really an infrastructure play. It assumes that lots of people will want to move their data back and forth between these different social networks that are all represented here today. They all work great if there are people in the network. That's always the catch-22. How do you get your people? Well, they're over in MySpace. They're over in JotSpot. They're over all over the place, right? So over the last few years, I've been participating in the world of open standards and to try to facilitate the movement of people between social networks. And even more than that maybe you don't want to move between the social network. Maybe you want to stay where you are, but you want to establish a friendship or post some content or send a message or create a group between all the reggae enthusiasts between the different social networks. So here's the software that can do that. It's called the People Aggregator. Okay? You go to the peopleaggregator.net site. You can join the site. We have a customer-facing version of the site. It has a user interface. But please do not think that we are competing with or care about that. All right? The idea is that you can then hit a button and spawn off your own network. So even you can have your own network. You can then, in a hosted manner, run your network. Have your little Friendster, your little JotSpot, or whatever the hell thing you want to do. Okay, so here's an example of one user interface that could be built with the People Aggregator. It has a structured blogging engine in it, so you could post all sorts of content. It has groups. It has public and private pages. If you could click on... Hey, why don't you just log in for Mark, M-A-R-C. Oh, we prefer Dig. Now go and log in Mark, M-A-R-C, roll over login.
Where is it?
Well, it's up there in login, dude. You scroll up. There you go, login, there you go. Type in login, right, M-A-R-C, and Mr. Mom. Capital M, small r, capital M, small o, small m. Okay, so he's going to log in. So that happens to be my public page. Now I make my day job by building these sort of networks between people, okay? And I want you to know that this software has never been touched by venture capital hands. That's why we don't have blue balls, okay? Now, the idea is that this software is built with my own money for you, all right? This software is built so that we can help change the world, okay? Now, here's the idea. So you come to this network, you can host your own network, and you can be in charge of your own network. But even cooler, you can go and get a download. And then you can download the software and set it up and run it yourself. So if you're a software vendor and you want to add social networking into your capability, if you're a nonprofit and you want to have a social network, if anything involving the word social and people and network, you can get all the source code from us. Now here's where it gets fun. So over there, Chris, can you roll over the invite login thing again?
The what?
Okay, log me out, hit log out, log out. There you go, log out, okay. All right, now roll over, stop! All right, now notice these other icons up here, all right? So we're supporting skip networks, we're supporting the Open ID, and we're supporting a Flickr ID. This is the notion of Open ID, of user-centric ID, where the goal would be that we can federate and interconnect together all these different ID systems. Microsoft has one called Card Space, and there's something called the Liberty Alliance, and there's all these different ID systems. Google announced today that they were putting APIs into their ID system, okay? So the idea is that we can all authenticate and interconnect together so we at least know who the hell we are. All right, and that's a really important thing. Then on top of that, we can build import-export. which we were talking about earlier today. So that if this guy with the photo thing wants to bring his stuff over to the podcasting thing and then go get some blue balls and take the blue balls and put them back over to the photo thing, you can do it, right? And wouldn't that be cool? And then you can have green ball and yellow balls and be great. All sorts of balls.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, so that's it. That's People Aggregator. Thank you.
Thank you. Very cool.